Toll Road here with Harley the Havanese, and we are in the birthplace of Paul Lynde, Mount Vernon, Ohio. Now, Paul Lynde's father owned a butchery here, a meat market, and it was said that Paul was kind of almost embarrassed of that, and he referred to him as like a cow surgeon instead of a butcher when he described him. And if anybody's seen the Paul Lynde show, which ran for 1 year, I'm going to say it was around 1972, somewhere in that era. Jerry Stiller played the father of Paul Lynde's son-in-law, and his profession on that was a butcher, and they kind of joked about him as being a cattle surgeon, so that was kind of an homage to that. I saw a little bit of this fountain last year when I visited the Stein Brewing Company. It was still in work then, but now it looks like they're finished with it, with all dogs' eyes on the prize, the bone on top of the fountain. Fortunately, it's a little early in the year for this to be working, but it looks like it'd be a pretty cool fountain. Harley, what do you say, Harley? You want to become part of the statue? Paul was the fifth born of 6 children. He had 2 older sisters, Grace and Helen, 2 older brothers, Richard and Cordy, and a younger brother, Johnny. For Paul, self-confidence was always an issue. He called his older brothers the athlete and the brain, his younger brother the baby, and himself the nothing. After attending Northwestern University for theater, Paul began his career as a stand-up comedian and eventually moved on to the theater. In both the Broadway and film adaptation, he played Harry McAfee, the father in Bye Bye Birdie. One of his most famous roles has to be as the wisecracking Uncle Arthur on the hit show Bewitched. He appeared 10 times as Uncle Arthur and 1 time as the nervous driving instructor Harold. When a man falls off of his ship, they yell, "Man overboard." What do they say when a woman falls overboard? "Full speed ahead." One-liners like that kept Paul as a center square on Hollywood squares for over a decade. In 1972, he starred in the self-titled Paul Lynde Show. Years of hard living finally caught up with Paul, and on January 10th, 1982, he died of an apparent heart attack. So this one's pretty easy to find. Once you enter the Amity Cemetery, pull in, go up a couple rows, and the 4th headstone over will be for the Lynde family. Paul, his older sister Helen, and his younger brother Johnny are all shown here on this headstone. Just to the right lay his father Hoy, his mother Sylvia, and his older brother Cordy. His brother Cordy was lost at just 21 years of age at the Battle of the Bulge in World War II. Paul only lived to be 55 years old, but his legacy lives on in the roles he played over the years. That's going to do it from the Amity Cemetery in Central Ohio, and who knows where the toll road will lead to next.